Hi guys, welcome to Challenge the Road. I'm here at Bedford Autodrome for our first business networking track day. Gonna have a bit of a dry run, see how this works, because we've got some more events in April. I'm just looking at this here, GT3RS. Need to bring our GT4RS here soon. What do you think of it in red? I quite like it with the gold actually. Looks quite nice. So this is registration, reception here. So we go in here now, get that all done, driving licenses, etc. Then we're over there and we're on the North track today. And we've got the GT4RS and the GT3RS. Can't find my crash helmet, so I have to borrow one of these today. Right, so this is where we are. Close that door. Coffee machine, need that. Oh, this is the track up here. Have a look. So we're in the Nardo suite. North track. Oh, food. Lovely. It's supposed to be on a diet, but looks like that's going to go out the window. TV here, and that's the first corner down there. You can see that down into that. Yeah, looking for. Oh, it's just come off the trailer. Dino's here's already.
Yeah, boy.
I can't find my crash helmet.
Have you not?
No, since last time. So I'll borrow one of those, but it must be here somewhere. Look at that car.
Special beast, isn't it?
GT4RS is coming down. Put that in the sun. Warm it up. Oh, it's fresh. But it's going to be a lovely day. Bradley looking after us again. What a car this is. So it's now 11 AM. Everyone's had a go round in both cars. They are still running just about. So the GT3RS we're just cooling down, and the GT4RS. So the next part, I'm going to take a few more people out, but we've just got to try and keep the tyres and the brakes obviously. These are road cars, they're incredible. And then we've got lunch. And then we've got another set of guests coming down for the afternoon, and the track will be warmer. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting some really good shots. We've got Jack doing his stuff, and then we put some GoPros on the Porsches as well, and actually see them going round, which we didn't do last time. So I'm looking forward to seeing the footage. Been an awesome day.
I think
Everyone's loved it.
I've asked everyone,
And they really enjoyed it.
Yeah, they said, oh yeah, wonderful. And yeah, the guy that's done the AI speech,
Yeah.
he said he's going to mention it to his group of techies. That's like 250
Well,
odd.
we're going to do them every month, aren't we? It's going to be really good.
Oh, sound.
So the plan is, I think we want to see.
I'm going to have to fly home from Cape Verde.
Or GT4RS. So we're starting this, and we'll just talk through the car.
Yep.
It's interesting getting back in because the RS felt so good, but he's trying to see which one would you take. It's quite interesting, isn't it?
I think it's track dependent, and the one thing that I've sort of learnt today driving both of the RSs, the 3RS and the 4RS, is that you can wring the 4RS's neck an awful lot more. You can be a little bit more aggressive under braking into the turn. You can hold the turn a little bit tighter, even though there is a bit of understeer, but it seems like, I don't know, it just seems like you can
I feel like it's just more friendly.
Well, you can experiment. Yeah, you feel a bit more confident. Whereas this is bigger, it's a bit more, well, it's rear engine, it's bigger. I feel like the power delivery out of the corners is miles better in this.
Yeah.
But because it's such a small, intimate track, the 4RS is probably a little bit more fun and a little bit more toy-like for it. But I think if we took the both of them around Goodwood, I would prefer this all day long.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. But the problem is, when you said which one would you have, I honestly don't know, because you can pick up a 991.2 3RS for reasonable money now, and
I mean, we've done 100 laps exactly.
Still going.
100 laps in this.
Yeah.
So we must have done 100 laps in the RS.
Yeah.
A lot of people like the RS. A lot of people like this. Really interesting. I'll tell you what I think. I think this, to me, the driving position's better.
Yep.
The pedals are better. And I don't know, maybe that's the shape of the Cayman or whatever, but this feels, it just fits perfectly for left foot braking for me.
Yep.
Even though I left foot brake all the way around. I think turning in the car, it feels, I'm going to say heavier, even though I know they're about the same weight.
Are they really?
The Cayman feels very light and agile.
Right.
And it's moving around a bit. This feels very solid.
I feel like this nose point's in much better though. I felt like this Cayman had a bit more understeer, but that might be because I had more confidence under braking.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, it's a difficult one because, I say, we've obviously got baffles on this car, so
Yeah.
you're not getting all the noise, are
No.
you? Like you were on the GT4RS. When I first went out, the actual experience with the noise made it feel more like a race car.
Do you know what it made me feel like? When we drove your Murcielago.
Yeah.
The noise of that V12 right on your ear hole was kind of frightening and
Exciting.
yeah, and exciting, yeah. And the 4RS, the noise in the cockpit and the downshifts, they're to die for. But it's a lot newer car though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we're comparing them like this is the bigger brother and that's the baby brother, but actually the 4RS's bigger brother is the 992.
Yeah.
Right? So this is actually its granddad. And if this is the granddad, then what's the 992 GT3RS like?
I know, yeah. I mean, for me, I don't know. Say which one, if we're going to say which one we're going to take, because we go back out in the GT4RS in a minute. I know this is fantastic on the road.
Yep.
And I'm not convinced, as you know, on the 4RS on the road.
I can see that.
To me, that's a consideration that it's felt great on the track, but I'd rather drive this home at the moment, because I know as a car, all round, this is excellent. Just all round, everything. Just on the road, the suspension on this is better than the Yaris.
Really?
So I'm getting a lot of car, whereas that 4RS, I'm only really looking forward to the next track day.
Yeah.
Whereas this, I could go for a Sunday drive and think fantastic.
Yeah. And you say that, I mean, it's a much deeper sound in here. And even though you have got the mufflers on, and it doesn't sound anywhere near as nice as it could do. Oh, it still sounds good.
Yeah, and I think we could pass with the exhaust anyway.
100%. If we're getting away with the 4RS, and you know what? They said they had a 992 GT3RS hoofing it around here yesterday, and I can tell you now, cold start, that sounds a lot louder than the 4RS in my opinion, because there was one earlier on outside.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one. If you pointed the gun at my head, I would say this one, because I think on bigger tracks like Spa, Goodwood, tracks where there's higher speed corners, I think the extra bit of downforce, the bigger wing, the slightly bigger car, you know. And plus, I will say this, in the cockpit,
rear steering just brings that car in.
It does turn in better for sure.
I saw you was quite wide out here.
Yeah, I was trying to get in later here. So Yeah.
Yeah, I think the brake pedal is just softer at the top, so you feel like you've got less brake.
You've got to get the braking done early, because if you don't, you're travelling at such speed, you're in trouble. Yeah, and you know, we've been relatively sensible today, but we have pushed the cars. And when you go through the chicane down the back straight, you're pushing 130 mile an hour, and half a car length makes a big difference. And if you're a fraction softer on that brake pedal at the start, then you have to keep the car in a straight line and just like you basically miss. Well, you should miss the first apex anyway, but you miss it properly.
Well, I think we'll take the RS round and just feel it again. But I think
the one thing in the
there's no bad car here. It's just trying to think what would you. These can be similar money now.
Yeah.
So if you look at a non-YSAC car, you're like 165, and the RS has obviously come down. But let's just say a new one is 160.
Can I just throw a spanner in the works there as well? Because then you got the 992 GT3. Which I know isn't an RS, but then that's a phenomenal car for the same type of money.
Yeah. But I wonder what that's like on the road, because I heard it's quite firm, whereas this feels very good on the road.
This is great.
I mean, the trouble is, they've given us so many good cars.
There is.
That is the thing. Right, let's jump in the GT4.
This still feels very special in here though.
Yeah, really.
Really special, yeah, really special. Merson?
So GT4RS, you're driving now.
Yep.
So what's your feeling in the RS? We've watched so many videos about it, haven't we?
Well, the first time I sat in this, I was extremely surprised with how much room there was, and I'm still flabbergasted in such a small, compact car that even with my lid on, I've got plenty of room, great visibility. The only compromise in the cockpit for me is when I go around a left-hander and I've got to put a little bit more steer on, inevitably, because I've got a bit ballsy and I've gone in a little bit too quick, is with long legs like me left hand and me left knee want to be in the same place. And that's the only thing that I can really pick when it comes to being in the cockpit, and just something that's different to the 3RS. I've just got a little bit more room. But the noise is incredible. Like, I can understand why it's not as nice on the road. I think the noise would become too much.
I mean, when I was on the road, I didn't have a problem with the noise.
Really?
No, I thought it was more, it's just very firm at the back.
Yeah.
But it is set up for this.
Yeah.
So you've got to have a compromise. I mean, I would feel, I'm not sure what you could get that's, feels as good on the track. It does feel really good, but I don't know if there's, a way of having something done at the rear of the road. I don't know. Like, it's so different to the 991. It's like a different car.
Yeah. The problem
is, I know it's a different model, but it doesn't. You don't expect Porsche to be so crashy. If you know what I mean?
Yeah. The problem is though, I think unless you're putting something like an MR kit on a Porsche, anything else is detracting from one of the best cars humankind has ever designed. So to take an RS and then to numb it down a little bit would, I mean, imagine that in the car world. Imagine that, because they're built for this. This is it. They're built for that.
What do you think about the steering? Now, when you're mid-corner, I think the GT3RS is really stable.
Yep.
You feel this is just, it feels like it's just, even though I know it's quite a stiff car, it still feels like it's just moving around a bit.
I think it's more important in the GT3RS to stay smooth, get the braking done, turn in, you can get on the throttle nice and early because it plants the back and you've got that massive wing holding you down. With this, you can play about a bit. You can drop it down, you can get on early. There's a little bit of understeer, but then, you know, it's there's a little bit of understeer compared to the 3RS, I felt.
Yeah.
But maybe that's tyres, because we've got 2 different sets of tyres on.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, today when I've been in this has been my favourite car, and then when I've been in the GT3, that's been my favourite car. So it is literally trying to pick your favourite child, which we all know you've got, but it's very difficult to decide because it changes from day to day.
I come out, when we just went back out in that 991, I thought, oh, this just feels so good, it's my favourite. And I go back out in this and it feels like it's a long lost friend. It's going to help me, it's my mate, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, I mean, we was talking about at lunchtime about Ferraris and different ones. I'm not sure anything can really beat these as a track.
We've had a few people that we've done taxi rides for today that own some very nice cars. I'm not going to name brands because then it will just start kicking people off going, nah, this is better or whatever, because it is opinions, and we all know opinions are only worth, well, a personal opinion, but everyone's gone, oh my God, look at the turn-in, the power delivery, and everyone's gone, I need one of these. Whether it's the 4RS or whether it's the 3RS. And we're not racing drivers. I think it's safe to say that we're competent, but we ain't Jake Hill.
Like competent amateurs.
Yeah.
So if we had a golf handicap, we'd probably be off about 5. Do you know what I mean? That's where we are, and we enjoy it. And also, I don't ever feel like I'm really in any trouble with the car because we're probably 7/10 of the car.
Yeah. We're not getting the best out of it.
No.
But if for a normal person, with our ability, they physically cannot comprehend what these cars can do, then that is testament to how good these cars are.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Great, because we feel like we're getting such an amazing day from the car.
Yeah.
And we can drive it back.
Yeah.
And it's under warranty by Porsche, which is just crazy.
Let me. I just started it. Let me ask you this then. You got to pick, like, you can only take one home.
I'll take the 991.
I think I would too.
Yeah.
It's just got a bit more presence, isn't it? And this is the funny thing, right? And it's not the driving position, it's not the performance. They are exceptional and very close. But everyone that's been in this has felt like they were going quicker because of the noise. It's a bit lower. You could be a little bit more aggressive into braking. But so they've all felt like this was a more exciting experience. Yeah. But I asked them at lunch, I said, which one would you buy? And they said the 3RS.
Yeah.
Weird, isn't it? Which totally flips on my head my mate who's on all of the Porsche groups, and they all reckon this.
Yeah.
And this is phenomenal. This is absolutely phenomenal.
That's just a little bit above, and I think it's just because it's a GT3, and I know this has got a lot of trick stuff with the, you know, the air intakes and that, and I actually love the look of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I prefer the 991. But as I say, the value of these coming down.
This is possibly the best value. What's this right now? Less 150.
Yeah, but you can probably get less, I reckon.
With a slightly higher mileage car.
Yeah, maybe 130.
Yeah.
135. And then I think once they go out of production, then these will hold up. Because you're never going to get noise like this again.
No.
I mean, it'll ring through my head tonight.
I think a lot of people choose these because I feel like it's less. You feel more indestructible in the 4RS.
Yeah.
You under braking with the heavy rear end on the 3RS. Yeah, you get a little bit more twitchy and stuff.
You just feel a little bit like, okay, I don't want to go too much further.
Yeah, but that's why I think if I had the 3RS, it would suit more tracks.
Yeah.
You know, I drove that around Goodwood. Yeah. And I've yet to drive this around Goodwood, which at some point I'm sure I will, and I hope I will. Yeah. But it's got to go some to beat that, because when that opens up its legs, it's incredible. And like I said, the power delivery out the corner are really that's where that excels.
And it was interesting having, say, what do you have, 15 customers today?
Yeah. And
everyone's had such a great time.
Yeah.
And really enjoyed both cars, and also that feeling that, you know, they're pretty safe. A safe environment here.
Yeah.
We had a long lunch because We had a long talk on AI and which was great.
Incredible.
Everyone loved that.
Yeah.
But this is where I said the world's going to go. You're going to be coming to these tracks. Normal road driving will just be as the speed limits, all sterile. That's it, which is fair enough. Fine.
So
if you want a car like this, you need a track.
One of the guys actually said to me, he goes, "What's your free car garage?" I said, "My van and 2 of these." He went, "Really?" He said, "You drive one of these on the road?" I said, "No, I just drive my van all the way everywhere, and I would just track, because there's absolutely no way you can get this pleasure out of these cars on the road.
No way.
You can't do it.
No way. Oh, brilliant, Dean. I've really enjoyed that.
Mate,
Next one,
it's been one of my best days. Oh man.